Imagine a small child, huddled in the corner of a dark room. It doesn't cry, it doesn't scream, it doesn't demand anything. It simply shrinks into silence, as if disappearing would make everything lighter for everyone else. That child is you. You still smile and say, "I'm fine," even while you're breaking inside. You carry everything alone. You think you're just a normal adult, but the truth is simpler. You've been quietly lying to yourself for years. Those normal habits are actually deep, invisible scars from childhood emotional neglect. An empty space where a hug should have been, where someone should have looked at you with understanding, where the words, "It's okay, I'm here," should have landed, but they never came. If you just felt a chill run down your spine right now, this video is speaking directly to you. The 7 signs of silent emotional neglect. Let's dive into the 7 quiet but incredibly dangerous signs that reveal childhood emotional neglect. Sign 1. I'm fine. The sentence that killed the child inside you. This has become your automatic response. No matter who asks, no matter how you actually feel, you answer, "I'm fine," even when you are breaking. You learned this very early, that your real feelings were a problem. When you cried as a child, they said, "Stop crying." When you were sad, they said, "You're too sensitive." So you swallowed everything. You swallowed until you no longer knew what you were feeling. Psychologist Janice Webb calls this emotional numbness in her book, Running on Empty 2012. You do not lack emotions. Your brain simply stopped sending the signals. As an adult, you gradually lost the ability to name what you feel. "I'm fine" became the final armor. It protects you from being hurt. But it also locks you in complete loneliness, because no one can reach a person who always says they are fine. Sign 2. Extreme self-reliance. The armor of the abandoned child. You handle everything yourself. You never ask for help. You never complain. You are proud of needing no one. But late at night, when you are alone, you are so exhausted you cannot even cry. Not because you are strong, but because you are used to being abandoned. As a child, every time you needed support, you were treated like a burden, judged, ignored, compared. So you learned the most important survival lesson. Asking for help equals being a burden equals being left behind. Janice Webb calls this counterdependence, a powerful defense where the child builds a wall saying, "I don't need anyone." Not out of confidence, but out of fear. That wall kept you safe when you were small. Now it has become your prison. It keeps you in a loneliness no one else can see. Sign 3. People-pleasing. The victim of conditional love. You say yes when your heart screams no. You take on more work even when you are already drowning. You apologize even when you did nothing wrong. You erase your own needs so others will not be disappointed. This is not pure kindness. This is the child who learned a painful lesson. If I make everyone happy, maybe they will not leave me. In homes where emotional connection was inconsistent, love felt conditional. Be good and mom will love you. Get good grades and dad will be proud. Don't cry and everyone will be happy. The child learned to buy safety by managing everyone else's emotions. Dr. Susan Forward in Toxic Parents explains that children raised without emotional validation often develop the fawn response, pleasing others as a survival strategy against abandonment. That response does not disappear in adulthood. It spreads to colleagues, to friends, to partners, and slowly eats you alive from the inside. Sign 4. Shame over small mistakes. The nightmare of the judged child. You forget to reply to one message and feel like a terrible person. You say one wrong word in a meeting and replay it all day. You break a glass and your heart pounds like you caused a disaster. Shame hits like a tidal wave. Your face burns. Your hands shake. You want to disappear. To your brain, that small mistake is not small. It is proof. Proof that you were bad, not good enough, unworthy. As a child, your mistakes were exaggerated, harshly criticized, or compared to others. No one ever said, "You made a mistake. It's okay. Let's learn." Instead it was, "You always do this. Why are you so clumsy? Look at your sibling. Your brain linked mistakes with the threat of abandonment and loss of love. And that mechanism is still running, even today. Janice Webb, in Running on Empty, 2012, identifies this as one of the most classic signs of childhood emotional neglect. The child was never taught to handle failure with self-compassion. So every stumble does not help them stand up. It makes them collapse. Sign 5. Craving solitude, the sanctuary of the invisible child. You do not hate people, but being around them for too long, even family, friends, or coworkers, drains you in a way you cannot explain. Even light conversations leave you exhausted. Coming home, turning off the lights, being alone in silence. Only then can you finally breathe. Many people call this introversion, but for those carrying emotional neglect wounds, it is much deeper. As a child, you learned that expressing feelings or needs could make your parents annoyed, disappointed, or colder. Silence and withdrawal became your safest strategy. Being alone was the only place you did not fear bothering anyone. Research by Dr. Bessel van der Kolk in The Body Keeps the Score shows that children raised in emotionally disconnected environments often develop a chronically alert nervous system. Being around others activates that state. Being alone turns it off. Now, every time you are alone, you are not just resting. You are returning to the child who was once neglected. And this time, at least it is not bothering anyone. Sign 6. Paralyzed by choices, because you were never allowed to choose. You can spend 15 minutes deciding what coffee to order. You hesitate over small items and end up putting them back even if you like them. Every decision, no matter how small, carries a vague fear that you will ruin everything. As a child, you were rarely allowed your own opinion. All choices were controlled. Wear this, study this major, or ignored. What do you know? Or criticized. That choice is wrong. You learned one painful lesson. Your preferences do not matter. And choosing wrong leads to consequences. Janice Webb's research on childhood emotional neglect shows these individuals often struggle greatly with decision-making due to a lack of inner confidence, a direct result of their needs and opinions being dismissed throughout childhood. They are not lacking intelligence. They are lacking the belief that they have the right to want something. Sign 7. Attracted to emotionally unavailable people, the childhood loop that never ends. You are drawn to people who are distant, hard to reach, cold, or always busy. They do not say they love you often. They do not initiate. They are not there when you need them. Yet you stay. You try harder. You hope. And the strange thing is, they feel familiar. Familiar like the air in the house you grew up in. You fall back into the old pattern, trying to prove you are good enough, waiting for them to change, then getting hurt in exactly the same way you were hurt as a child. Dr. Pete Walker, author of Complex PTSD, From Surviving to Thriving, 2013, calls this traumatic bonding. The brain does not seek healthy love, it seeks familiarity. And for you, familiarity means distance, absence, and having to try endlessly while still never being enough. The child inside is still trying to heal the old wound by loving the same kind of person who once hurt them. Every time you choose someone cold, your brain unconsciously replays the childhood story. If I try hard enough, this time they will love me. But that mechanism does not heal the wound, it only digs it deeper. The root. When your parents could not see you. It all started with childhood emotional neglect. Your parents may not have hit you, they may not have yelled or insulted you, they may even have been good people, working hard, providing food and shelter, sacrificing a lot. But they simply were not there in the way a child truly needs. No hug when you cried, no questions when you were sad. No one noticed you were struggling, even though you were right in front of them. The child inside you learned a painful lesson early. My feelings are a burden. To be loved, I must become invisible. You swallowed your tears. You comforted yourself in the dark. You convinced yourself, I'm fine, until even you believed it. Those habits did not disappear on your 18th birthday. They sank deeper and became your personality. The cruelest paradox. The more you try to need no one, the lonelier you become. The stronger you appear on the surface, the smaller and more lost the child inside becomes. The inner child finally comes home. You are not broken. You are not defective. You are simply carrying a child who was never hugged, never told, "It's okay, I'm here, you're allowed to feel sad." And now, the only person who can say those words to that child is you. Healing begins here. Look at the child inside you and gently say, "I see you now. You were allowed to be sad. You were allowed to be angry. You were allowed to need someone, and I am here with you." Learn to ask for help, not because you are weak, but because you are human. Learn to say no without feeling like you committed a crime. Learn to forgive yourself for small mistakes, because you deserve to be treated gently, even by yourself. You do not need to be perfect. You only need to stop abandoning the child inside you. You are no longer the invisible child. You have been seen by you. And that is the first step of all real healing. From today, you have permission to be loved. Not because you are good enough, successful enough, or perfect enough, but simply because you exist. And that is enough.